In the past 5 years of owning a dirt bike, I've had a few people tell me not to worry about breaking in the engine of my dirt bike. But none of these people were really knowledgeable mechanics, nor did their bikes ever last that long. On the other side of the coin, I've had people who were knowledgeable mechanics who did get lots of hours out of their bikes tell me that they do follow a break-in routine. In all reality, these newer two-stroke engines are being built really well, and not breaking it in probably isn't going to be the end of the world, but it's certainly not going to hurt anything, and I do believe it is one of the reasons as to why we get so many hours out of our bikes. Before I share the routine I like to follow to break in an engine, I want to first share my theory on why I think breaking in an engine can be helpful. If you were to start a newly built engine and just hold it wide open, it would likely seize up in a matter of seconds. But why is that? Here I have a cylinder, and piston, and rings. Obviously, these are 3 different types of metals, 3 different types of thicknesses. When a metal heats up, it expands. So if these are 3 different types of metals, 3 different types of thicknesses, obviously the rings and the piston are going to expand before the cylinder, causing it to seize up. And I call this a theory because I don't know if these are so well engineered that one's not going to heat up before the other, but I have seen many people have their bikes blow up around 50 to 100 hours, and it's pretty likely that that's happening because they're not fully warming up the engine, causing premature wear. This theory mostly applies to warming up engines, but I also think it plays a significant role in breaking in a new engine because it allows time for everything to sort of seat into place and wear off the sharp edges. The first thing that I do is run the engine through 3 heat cycles. For the first heat cycle, I start the engine and leave it at an idle. Until I feel the cylinder getting hot. Then I shut it off and let it cool down completely. For the second heat cycle, I start the engine, let it warm up for a moment, and then give it about half throttle revs. Then shut it off and let it cool completely. For the third heat cycle, I let the engine warm up, then give it about 3/4 revs and cool it down once more. Next, I like to make 3 runs through the gears. For the first run, I go from 1st gear to 5th gear at only 1/4 throttle. For the second run, I go from 1st gear to 5th gear, lightly pulling in the power band. This can be done by short shifting and lugging the engine. For the third run, I go from 1st gear to 5th gear, riding in the power band as you normally would. Next, I try to get 3 to 5 hours on the bike before I do anything that will be too hard on the engine, such as going to the sand dunes.